fancy a spot of tea, well, we are reimagining a classic tradition, that is, of afternoon tea. Great to have entertaining and decor stylist Gregory Fast back on the show. We love when you're on the show because you bring these tables that you have created yourself with pops of color and different styles and different ideas.
Thank you.
So afternoon tea, it is, well, it's not like it went anywhere, but it's becoming a really a popular thing once again.
I think people are looking for excuses to get a little more social, especially on these cold days like today.
Sure.
Ooh.
Okay, so where do we start? So this is like having somebody over to your place for afternoon tea.
Let's talk about how we're going to reinvent afternoon tea and elevate it a little, make it a little more modern. So the first one, I love a great tablescape. I think that sets the tone for an awesome party. Your guests arrive and they're excited to see something. So for 2025, all about color. We're mixing shape and pattern and texture here. I've got these great wavy placemats. I've paired it with these checkered dishes. And then rather than porcelain teacups, we're going with these chrome metal ones here, just for a little bit of a modern edge on it. I've mixed in great market bunches from the grocery store with our blues and greens. I love that kind of unsuspecting color combination. Unexpected.
Why did you choose blues and greens?
It's just a fun contrast, and going towards springtime, it just makes it a little bit light and fun. Yeah. I like mixing in vintage pieces as well. I got this great vintage teapot here. You may have something at home, a family heirloom that you want to mix in or build your look around.
Is a teapot?
That's a little teapot.
No way.
And he becomes a bit of a conversation piece for the table too. So don't be scared to mix in those quirky details.
Okay, what do you got here?
I like serving both hot and cold tea. So of course we've got a great tablescape. We're serving tea. Yorkshire Signature Black Tea is my go-to. It's just a well-loved, classic, high-quality tea. I know we got a few favorites.
I'm smiling because Annette just came in after making a tea, and she's like, "You got Yorkshire tea?" I didn't know this, that I'm making her teas, but that's the type of tea she drinks. And you too, Brian, right? Yeah, Brian drinks it too. What's so great about it?
It's a beautiful, well-balanced tea. It's actually the #1 tea brand in the UK. They know what they're doing across the pond, so it's one that you can trust and your guests are going to love as well.
How do you like your tea?
Straight, black, hot.
Black.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. How about you?
Well, I'm black. I'm more of a Earl Grey. Yeah. I like a little maple syrup in mine.
It's a
little unique, but I'm black too. And that's a little bit of sugar, a little bit of milk.
A little sweet.
I know that because I've made it dozens of times. I'm not actually sure what Brian has in his. But then you got to get to the sandwiches.
Absolutely. So alongside our tea, of course, we need some nibbles. I'm keeping it lighter. Afternoon tea is not necessarily a full lunch. We want to, keep it a little simpler. So we've got great little sandwiches here. Rather than those traditional triangles, we're mixing in rounds and rectangulars. I want to see color on top of the sandwich.
Like you were up this morning making all these.
Of course. So we got nice strawberries on top of our bread there. I want to see the color on top. Makes it gourmet. Becomes part of your tablescape as well. Tastes delicious, I hope. Yeah.
Okay.
Nice combination.
Very yummy.
So that becomes part of your look for the table, and great presentation goes a long way. Alongside our savory items, of course, we need something sweet. Again, keeping it a little bit lighter. We're going with an angel food cake there. I've just topped it with whipped cream and berries. It's so simple. You can do it yourself. It looks really impressive for your guests. They're really going to enjoy that.
For afternoon tea, you always have to cut off the...
No crust for afternoon tea.
No, you can't. That is a thing, though, right? You never see crust. Is this just a little salmon here?
Smoked salmon.
Little smoked salmon.
Yep. Okay. So sweet and savory both pair beautifully with Yorkshire tea. So your guests are going to love that spread. And then
I was going to say you always like to personalize it, and you do that every time.
Finishing off a place setting goes a long way. You want your guests to feel seen and appreciated. So I've done that here with these little teaspoons. I got Tim here, and you know what? They're vintage teaspoons that I've picked out for each guest. Tim, you have a Rolex one. I think Annette's got a horse on hers there. So you can find these kind of quirky little details that go a long way. Guests can take that home. It's just something fun and personable.
Oh, look at that. And where do you find these? Like just even like thrift stores?
Little thrift stores. Right. It might be something that got passed down from your grandparents, collector little items, but I love those.
You want to pour me a little cold tea there?
I got the cold tea.
Yeah. little cold tea in there. We got a little sandwich. Do you have any hot tea in here? No, you don't have any hot tea. Oh, okay. Well, if we had hot tea, we could invite our other friends over. But it's just the two of us with our sandwiches and our cold tea. Do we say cheers when you're? Do we cheers? I don't know. What do you do?
Chin chin.
Oh, chin chin.
Pinky up.
Pinky up. There we go. Where can we follow you, Gregory?
Online at Gregory Fast on Instagram. And of course, special event rentals if you're looking to mix in some other pieces with your place settings there.
Could use a little sugar in this. Maybe a little bit. Thanks, buddy.
Cheers.
Great to see you.
Thank you.
All right.